Hopefully it works. Hey, everybody. We're doing Wednesday Q&A.
Yeah.
We posted about an hour and a half ago asking you guys to submit any questions you have for any of us, all of us, whatever. And then we went and spent the last half an hour or so collecting some of those questions. We're going to answer some of those questions live. We're only going to be answering pre-selected questions unless we
Run out of
get
questions.
if we get through them fast enough and we still have a lot of time left, then we'll go back through and select a few more live. But we've already picked out 7 of them, which is actually 10 because one of them is for all 3 of us. So those are the ones we're going to focus on to start. Um, Everyone who we picked their question to answer is getting a free bracelet tonight, either a Kind People Do Beautiful Things or a Delete the What Ifs bracelet. So if you are watching and we selected your question to answer, please send an email to our page email. You can find it either on the About Us tab of Facebook, or you can find it by going to our website, amcprincessanna.com, scrolling all the way to the bottom and clicking on the Contact Us button on any page of the website. And you can submit your information, your name, and your address, and we will get that bracelet out to you. And then we also are going to try something new. We have access to a tool because we're using an app, a program called StreamYard. We are live right now on both the AMC Princess Anna Facebook page and the AMC Princess Anna YouTube page. So we're using StreamYard to do like a random selection of everyone who's here who comments. So if you're watching and you comment on the live stream, you'll be automatically entered for a chance to get a free bracelet as well. And throughout the live, we will be picking those just randomly. In fact, I'm going to try to do one right now because I want to make sure I know how to use this. Yes, let's test out this tool. So if you're here, leave a comment. Make sure to share the live so people know we're on, because as you guys probably know by now, it takes about 10 minutes for Facebook to notify everybody. We've been on for 2.5 minutes, so click that share button, help us spread the word, and leave a comment if you want a chance to get a free bracelet. And I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do that right now. So I'm going to click right now, start collecting comments. Okay, so I can see that there are 22 entries, 23 entries.
48.
So I'm going to share my screen and show you guys what I'm looking at. This is all random and it's all done automatically by the program we're using to go live. So let's see, share screen. And we want to share this tab. All right, if you guys can see that, you look at that, you can see it going up 189 entries, 209 entries. So what it's doing right now is counting the comments that you guys are leaving on the live stream. And it also knows if there's duplicates. So it doesn't pick you twice, or it doesn't like include you twice. It just grabs your name the one time. So if you want a chance to be in this one, make sure you leave a comment right now. We'll give it a couple more minutes. Make sure you click that share button and we'll give away our first bracelet. And then we'll get into the questions you guys asked. How's everybody doing tonight? I see a lot of people asking how Aaron is doing.
I'm doing better. Still not 100%, but I can tell I'm feeling better than I was before.
So let's see, we've got 313 entries so far. Everybody, Alice says you look sad, Anna. Are you sad?
Am I sad? Huh?
People always, ever since she was an infant, people mistake her pensive face. Like when she's concentrating on something, when she's just thinking or just focusing, people say she looks sad. They've been doing that since she was a baby. Seriously, you can go back and look. There's a video when she was like 7 months old. She was sitting in her high chair and she was just listening to me talk, and she's just focused on me talking. And people are like, oh my gosh, she's such a sad and depressed baby. She wasn't sad at all. She's just sitting and watching.
So,
Yep. Just
thinking
like
sad face.
Kim says she doesn't look sad. I'm not sad. Wow. You're getting out of frame.
You're getting out of frame,
Oh,
babe.
sorry.
Okay, so let's see how this works. We're going to go over here to this tab. We've got 408 entries, and we're going to click the draw button. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
Look at that. There's everybody who's
Whoa.
left a comment. And uh, Joan Elizabeth. Okay, Joan. So you can see the screen, hopefully. Send an email to our page. Either go to the About section of the Facebook page and find our email there, or go over to our website, amcprincessanna.com, click on any of the tabs in the menu and scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page, and you'll see a contact us link, and click on that. And one of those two ways, you can send us an email, send us your address. Would you like a Kind People Do Beautiful Things bracelet, or would you like a Delete the What Ifs bracelet? Let us know, and we will get that in the mail to you sometime in the next couple of weeks. So that's how easy that is. Pretty cool tool, huh? I'm really excited that we have that.
I want to draw again.
We didn't. We'll draw again in a little bit, but we didn't know about this last time. We did a giveaway type thing, so that's cool. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing that screen now so we can answer some questions. And I am going to, let's see, how do I reset it?
Well, I'm just going to do it another one.
I don't know if it continues. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
67.
Yeah.
Okay. So it continues adding entries as you guys are commenting. So if you want a chance at the next one, leave a comment. It will grab you, and it's just going to keep accumulating those comments as we go through the live stream. And I will share the screen again when it's time to do another drawing. So that's how that works. That's exciting. I keep bumping the table. I'm sorry. It's knocking the video around. Let's get to the questions. Thirsty?
Yeah.
Take a drink of water. So the first question that we are going to answer, and this one's for all three of us, it was submitted by Solana Bailey over on Instagram. So Solana, hopefully you're watching. If you're watching, send an email. Let us know your information so we can send you a bracelet. She wanted to know, what are your favorite things about each other? So we should go through one by one and say what our favorite things are about the other two people. What do you think?
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? All right, I'll go first. Fine. Okay, so I have many favorite things about these two people. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in my life every day, all day. I can tell you that much. So
tell me a few of them.
Yeah, some of my favorite things about you, how witty Anna is. I love how witty she is. I think it's crazy that at her age, and she's been this way since she was little, she just seems to know like sense of humor and timing of sense of humor, and she's always been very funny and able to pick up on things that are funny, and she's always had a very a sense of humor that's similar to mine. So we always find, things easy to laugh about or find things funny, or like if I find something funny, she gets it. So I do love that about Anna. But I also love how serious she is. And I love that she, isn't just goofy and silly all the time. She knows when it's time to buckle down and be serious and really get into something. Like her orthotist actually mentioned it yesterday at her appointment. He asked her, he said, "Do you know what grit is? Do you know what it means to be gritty?" And that's Anna, man. She's got grit. When it's time to buckle down and get through it, she does it. She's got it. And I love that about her too. So those are just two things. I'm going to stick with two things, keep it brief. Aaron, I absolutely adore his creativity and his artistic ability. Like one of the things that makes my heart swell is watching him be creative, like in the act of drawing or sculpting or just using his hands to do these amazing things that he was born to do. I love it. It's so cool. He really has an amazing talent. If you guys haven't seen his drawings or some of the other things that he's done. He's very creative and very talented, and it impresses me every time. It just tickles me, makes me smile. Um, and I also love about Aaron how tender he is and how sweet he is. That's really important to me because um, I haven't always had that in my life. My life, it's been kind of brash around me, I guess. And so to have someone who, even when I'm being difficult, can still manage to find a way to be very tender and loving is really important to me. And he's like tops with being tender and loving, even if he's been pushed a little too far. Like just earlier, he brushed my hair for like an hour. I mean, what is that? Who does that? That I mean, you can't. You're not gonna find a better guy. It's amazing. So yeah, that's my answer. What about you? What are your favorite things about us?
What are my favorite things?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say my favorite thing about you
Mm-hmm.
would be that well, my favorite thing about both of you is the same. You guys can help me with lots of things, and what I what I what my favorite things about you are that you're very like amazing. Like you can do all these. Like you can help me with my social media, and you can answer all these questions that I don't like really need to answer. Like you can manage the pages. Like it's really.
I'm a good manager.
Yeah, you're a good manager.
Okay.
And then what I like about him is that he also can help me like you can, and that I, I don't know everything.
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 That's a tall order. You like everything?
What do you like about us?
Let's see. So, what I like about you is that you're incredibly creative. Very, very
I
creative.
am
Like,
that.
you just come up with these amazing ideas and stories and songs, and it's like, where do you get all this from? Just
And
comes from in there. It astounds me.
it just comes from my mind. It's like it's like I'm just gonna sing this song
Yeah,
I didn't even think of, and I got it up in just like 1 minute.
yeah. It just blows me away.
It's like I didn't even think of some of them. I didn't even think of the lyrics for at the beginning. I just made them up on the fly. Like
Yeah.
I started off with a little bit of music so I could kind of think of what I would sing first, and then later on when I didn't know what to say that much, I did a little bit more music.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's crazy. I love it. And then probably the other thing that I really really appreciate about you is just you're very thoughtful. Like sometimes you will tell like if like either myself or mommy might feel maybe a little bit sad or we have some kind of don't feel so good, but you'll come up and you want to see how we're doing. Very thoughtful.
it's like
Very thoughtful little person you are.
it's like I'm very like I'm concerned about mommy when she's hurting.
Yeah.
Like whenever she hurting, like
Yeah,
ow,
like
like
if her
I'm like
back was
running.
hurting,
Yeah,
yeah, you
like
should
if
go.
she was in that room and I
Hmm.
heard her from my room, I'd be running over there
Yeah, it's
to help
really,
her.
really good quality. And then for you, I would say, well, one thing that I really just think's amazing is that I just admire about you is how you just kind of, you, you got a kind of a slow start in life in terms of just where you were at with your education and kind of your living situation, but you didn't give up. You just decided, you know what, I'm going to do this and you clawed your way up from the bottom. You got multiple degrees. You got a master's. I mean that I don't know. I don't think I've met anybody who's done something like that. That's just that blows me away. I mean, that is just something that we all could look to just for inspiration. I mean, anybody can do it if they put their mind to it, and this one right here is the prime example. The other thing that I love about you is just how thoughtful you are. You listen to what people like, you store it away, and then like you'll remember it, and then like maybe you'll get them a present that it had to do with that. I mean, it really means that you're listening. You want to know what people that you care about. You want to take care of them. You take care of both of us. I never expected to have anybody in my life who would be so thoughtful and take care of me. I really appreciate that, and I love you.
I love you.
Thank
I
you.
love you.
Yes. Thank you guys, both of you.
Oh my gosh, sob fest. Thanks, Solana.
Hope you're happy with yourself.
Well, okay then. Oh my goodness. See, he's a sweet man. Whew, okay, question number 2.
It's for me, so can I read it?
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Hold on, let me say who it's from, okay? This question is from Karina
Mora.
Karina Mora. She's also over on Instagram. These were the only 2 we ended up pulling from Instagram because at the time there were only a handful there. But so Karina, if you are watching, also please go send an email to us with your information so we can get you a bracelet. And thank you for your question. And yeah, Anna, go ahead and read it.
Jenny says, "Let's all cry."
Right here, number 2.
Number 2, it says, "Does Anna have any tips for surgery? I have surgery Monday for tendon lengthening. I am nervous."
All right.
And I am nervous.
Here, I'm going to prop you up on my leg. What do you got? Tips for surgery. Lay it on them.
Wow. Why are we orange?
It's okay.
How are we orange? Well, I was thinking that just stay calm and it's gonna be okay. Like when you wake up, you'll be fully fixed and you'll be okay again, and you won't be hurting. And like I think they're gonna just make you go to sleep probably that whole hot time you're in the hospital. Like they're gonna give you the medicine to make you go to sleep, right? So
for surgery,
yeah. So it's probably just gonna be okay. It's not like gonna be like, oh, you're hurting me a lot. It's because you're not gonna be up. You're gonna be asleep. So really, just in short ways, like stay calm. When you wake up, you'll be okay.
Good advice. Okay. All right. The third question is for Erin, and it's from Denise Hall. So Denise, if you're watching, this is your question. Just shoot us an email so we can get you your bracelet.
What changes / growth have you seen in yourself since becoming a family man? Well, I think I'm pretty much, even though I have a sister, I was raised as an only child. So, and then I've been alone for a good portion of my life. So I always just thought about myself all the time. So I think probably the changes in growth that I've been learning is how to consider others as well as myself and before myself. So instead of just, oh, I'm thirsty, I'm going to go up and get a drink, I'll like make sure, do they need something? Do they want something to drink? Or just get a drink for them when I get a drink, that type of thing. So I think that's probably the biggest change that I notice. I'm sure there's other subtle things, but that's the one that really kind of sticks out to me. Just being considerate, learning to be more considerate.
Kisses after every question. Rounds of kisses. Okay. Next question, number 4, is from Peggy ML. Peggy ML on Facebook. And this question is for me. Oh, I think I saw. Did we complete a stars party on Facebook? You guys achieved a stars party over on Facebook?
You did. Thank you.
Oh,
good for you guys.
Let's do another giveaway.
Yeah.
Let's do another giveaway.
There you go.
All right. Hold on. We'll answer this question in a minute. I'm going to share the screen. We'll do this again.
Yeah.
Share
Let's
screen.
do it.
Chrome tab. Giveaway tool. All right. So this was our last winner. Joan, if you saw that, go send us an email. So we now have 698, 700 entries to pick from. Here we go. Drawing again. Ready?
Go.
Is it going to be this time? Denise Marie Lewis. Denise Marie Lewis.
Congrats.
Congratulations. Go shoot us an email and you can get your pick of Kind People Do Beautiful Things bracelet or a Delete the What Ifs bracelet. I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you guys can see this again. So Denise Marie Lewis.
Oh, and also remember the Kind People Do Beautiful Things bracelets. You can pick either blue or pink.
Or pink. Yep. We do not have the black ones on our person. So it's either blue or pink for Kind People. But Sharon will get that to them in an email.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, back to us. Congratulations, Denise. Okay, so also just for people who might just be coming in, if you want a chance at the next time we do that, if you want to be in that mix, just leave comment. Just leave a comment. It catches your name as you comment. So
and just one time, because it won't. If you do multiple times, it's not going to record it as multiple entries.
Well, unless you want to leave multiple comments. But as far as the drawing, it doesn't get duplicates. So you only have to comment one time if you just want to do that. Okay, back to this. So the next question was, I think it was for anyone, but I chose to answer it from Peggy ML on Facebook. And she said, are you thinking of staying in Michigan through the summer, or are you looking for places to move to now? So our plans have kind of been evolving back and forth as time goes on. The original plan was to come back here, and we were possibly going to have to go to Canada for a while for filming, but then we found out that wasn't happening. There's a couple of things we'd like to accomplish. We have to get out to California at some point this year and get Aaron's belongings that he has out there in a storage unit. And we would like to go up north and spend some time with my dad before we leave Michigan, up north Michigan, where my family used to go every summer as I was growing up. And so, those two things need to happen at some point. We were planning originally on looking for a place to move to with maybe like a lease starting July 1st, because Anna's supposed to have surgery on her left foot at the end of July with Dr. Feldman down in Florida. But now that she's got these new, really wonderful braces, we're thinking about maybe, we're going to see Dr. Feldman in July anyway for a checkup. You always do before surgery. And talk to him about, should we go through this right now, or should we wait and see, if we can gain some more progress with the new braces. So that surgery may or may not happen. And so,
excuse me today.
Can you sit still?
I'm thirsty too.
Again. So now we were thinking about different options. Like, does it really matter? Do we have to have a July 1st start? Can we jump ship even sooner? I don't know that, I know I'm not enjoying the winter here.
As of yesterday, I'm not enjoying it either.
Yeah, Aaron's not enjoying it since he slipped on the ice. We really don't have anything holding us here except getting her new night braces that we just started getting made yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of constantly evolving. So anyway, I guess the answer is we don't know exactly if we're going to be here through the summer or not. We may move earlier, we may move later, we don't know, but we are consistently looking, and we do have a handful of places where we are looking. So it's kind of at this point, I think, a matter of finding the right house. And I think when we find the right house in any of the places where we're looking, we'll probably go, right?
Yep.
In the meantime, we're just going to prepare as well as we can, purging, getting rid of things, packing things up, putting them in storage, stuff like that. So
I have 2 comments I want to tell you. They both went off the screen.
yeah, what you got?
So the first one, somebody said hello from Pennsylvania.
Okay,
That's really cool.
that's cool.
They're like all the way over there.
Yeah.
And then the other one says I hope you guys are all safe. Don't go outside, Erin, because of the ice.
Yeah.
I saw a couple people saying you look really tired tonight.
Me?
That's kind of silly because she slept in really
yeah,
late
and
this
she had a
morning
nap.
and she took a nap.
Why?
So I don't know why people say that about her.
Me?
It's just her face, guys. I mean, she just looks like a tired person, I guess. So especially if she's just sitting and not smiling.
Happy birthday, Charlotte.
Okay,
Can
next.
I read the name?
Sure. Next question is from
Mary Harper on Facebook.
Mary Harper on Facebook. So Mary, if you're watching,
go ahead and give us an email, and you can pick whether you want a delete the what ifs bracelet or a kind people do beautiful things.
Yep, send us an email so we have your information.
And she says, I know AMC is all you're ever known. If you were somehow able to change it and not have it, would you?
Why or why not?
Why or why not?
So she's like, AMC is all you've ever known, right? Because you've had it since you were born.
Mm-hmm.
So she's wondering if you were somehow able to change it so that you didn't have AMC, would you do that? And if so, why? And if not, why not?
Well, it's all I've never known. I mean, I don't think I would want to change it. Why not? Because I'm beautiful just the way I am. It's like it's not like I'm not beautiful and I need to change it in order to be beautiful. It's like I am beautiful just the way I am. I like it with my clubbed wrists and I really just, this is not to judge people, but I'm just letting you know I really don't like when some people say that I need to fix my wrists. They're beautiful just the way they are. It's like I don't need to fix them. Not at all. They're very beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
We all like them just the way they are. We don't need to have to make them straighter or anything. Just beautiful the way they are. Everything that's on my body and that I can do and I'm just beautiful just the way I am. And if there's anything hard that I can't do, like today, the little tiny pink A&W mug was up on the counter, and I thought I couldn't even reach it, but I reached my arm up there on top of the counter, and I grabbed it.
Yeah, you tried and you did it.
You did it. And you do that all the time.
Tried.
You do that all the time. You accomplish things all the time. Even if you don't think you can, you keep trying and you do. You figure it out because you're amazing. And you're perfect just the way you are. Nothing needs to change. We've done all the things to give you the best function, and everybody's different. Everybody has differences. People don't need to look the same. It's not a requirement. No, in fact, our differences are some of the things that make us the most amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. Round of kisses. Another round of kisses.
You get kisses. You get kisses.
You get a kiss. You get a kiss. You get a kiss.
You're the winner.
Very nice answer,
most
Anastasia. All right. Whew. Who else is crying?
And then
Man, you know what? I think just for that we should do another giveaway.
I think so.
You think so?
Can I click the button this time?
You want to click it? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Let me share
our
the screen. We'll go back to our
let's see how many people.
See how many entries we have now. Oh, that's not it. This is it. Okay, we see our last winner. Oh, we have over 1,000 entries to pick from now. Wow.
Okay.
All right, we're going to click draw again. Ready, set, go. Good job.
And winner is
Rochelle Coulter
Busker.
Busker. Rochelle, congratulations, Rochelle. Shoot us an email. Send us your information. Let us know if you want a Kind People Do Beautiful Things or a Delete the What Ifs bracelet. The Delete the What Ifs only comes in black, but the Kind People Do Beautiful Things you can get in blue or pink. So congratulations, Rochelle. Thank you for being here. Ready for the next question? The next one's for Aaron. All right.
Okay.
Here, let's scoot over. I want Daddy to get in here more. He's scooting out. He keeps trying to scoot away. All right. This question is from Debbie Porter. Debbie Porter, if you're watching, this is from you on Facebook. Send us an email so we can send you a bracelet.
All right.
Let's let Daddy do it.
You seem like somewhat of a private person. Was it difficult for you to have your life shared on live streams with so many people when you joined Anna and Nana? You're such a wonderful husband and dad. Thank you. Yeah, I am a private person. I'm actually, my parents joke about how private a person I am. It was hard. It was difficult. I think the thing that makes it easy for me though is that while I'm talking to, over 1,000 people right now, over 2,000 people right now, I don't, doesn't seem like that to me because I just feel like I feel like I'm just talking to a small group of people because I don't see 2,000 people. So that makes it a lot easier for me. But yeah, it definitely, if you guys remember back, even like the very first few lives that I did, all you saw were my hands. I definitely had to get used to it, and I'm still getting used to it. Part of why I speak quietly, I think, is because I am a little bit more reserved. So I have to learn to project more, just to kind of, so you guys can hear what I'm saying. So, yes, that was a really good question. Thank you, Debbie.
And then the last one is for you.
Well, it might not be the last one because we've only hit a half an hour, so we'll have to go on my phone and pick out some more. But the last one that we have written down and prepared, or like pulled ahead of time, is from Barbara Henderson on Facebook. So Barbara, send us an email so we can get you a bracelet. What are you doing, child?
Trying to get my hair back.
It's all back. And Barbara wanted to know, for me, she said, I'm sure life has its challenges. Where do you draw your strength from in the moment? And I was thinking about this a little bit when Aaron was writing it down. I don't have any like super inspirational answer for you. I think that honestly, if I really like look inside myself, a lot of my strength is just part perfectionism, which isn't always a good thing, as you know. Part stubbornness, just like an unwillingness to not achieve something. I was a gymnast for many years when I was younger, and gymnastics does teach you a lot of discipline. It's a very disciplined sport. It's kind of forces you to push through your fears. And I've also, in some ways, feel like I've always had things stacked against me. Like I've had, please don't play with your hair. It's very distracting. I have an anxiety disorder, which I believe I had probably from the time I was little, but it really reared up in my early 20s after I had my two children. Um, and it really affected me throughout my 20s and into my 30s, causing me to restrict myself from doing things I wanted to do or needed to do. It really held me back in a lot of ways. And I think I was not like a popular kid in school. I was bullied a lot growing up. Um, so I've always felt like, and then having my kids, I had my kids when I was 16 and 18. So I was a teen mom. I was on welfare most of their life, very poor, struggling to make ends meet, struggling to figure out how to live and take care of them. So like I said, I just kind of feel like things have always been stacked against me, which has resulted in a lot of frustration. But then the way that I deal with frustration is to like, it like builds up and builds up, and then you're like, and you just like do it, right? You just like get that superhuman strength and you just get it done.
You Hulk out.
Yeah, that's that's pretty much, how, and I think I do it to myself on some level, because I tend to, when something has to be done, I procrastinate and I wait until the last minute when the pressure is so high and built up, and then I just crank it out, right? Like the other day when I had to empty the box by myself because Aaron was hurt and I was hurt too, but someone had to do it and he was more hurt than I was. So like you just suck it up and you get it done, and then you just hyper focus and you just go, 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 go until it's done. Um, yes, Marnie, exactly. That quote, you never know how strong you are until being strong, until strong is the only choice you have. Like that's pretty much how I feel like I've gotten through most of my life. Like you just do what you got to do. There isn't really another option. So, where I draw my strength from, like I said, like the inability to fail, the like inability to allow myself to fail, and just pure stubbornness and frustration.
That's funny.
Why?
Because somebody answered another person. I didn't get to see what the person asked, but somebody answered them and said they're doing the questions they've already picked out first. Instead of saying questions, they put just a question mark with an S at the end. That's funny.
Shorthand writing. All right, let's
we can write on the back of that down.
That's okay. We don't need to write. I think we've got at least one of our helpers on that can help us keep track of who we pick. And I'm going to go on to the post and look for some more of your questions. So hold on just 1 second. That's the live stream. That's not it. Also, if you guys didn't see, I did post a video earlier tonight. It's a video. It's actually a clip from a live of Anna talking about wanting to be a bioluminescence submarinist when she grows up. So if you want to hear her talk all about that and what that means, don't lean on the table because it's bouncy. Definitely go watch that video when we get off the live here. Let's see. Let's find another question for Anna because she's getting antsy. I just need to find the post. Not that one.
After this, I'm going to write down some of my own questions.
Here, don't kick the table.
After this, I'm going to write down some of my questions for you guys.
Oh, you're going to do a Q&A for us? Oh, that will make an interesting live stream next time. We can answer your questions?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I can read them to you.
We can do that.
I'm going to have lots and lots of ones.
All right, let's see. Trying to find one for Anna. You guys can chat with them while I figure this out.
Tara says Anna is so intelligent she could be anything she wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's your buddy Tara.
Friend Tara. Hey Tara.
Oh, how about one for Aaron? Here's one from Tina Lansbury. Tina Lansbury says, Aaron, does it feel good to be called daddy?
It does. Yeah, it does. I never expected to be called that by anybody. And it's funny because like when she just says Aaron, yeah, I'll answer. But when she says Daddy, I like kind of like, huh?
When did she say Aaron? I haven't heard her call you Aaron since the day we got married.
Oh, occasionally she'll say it, but
She just like immediately switched
yeah,
on her own accord. It was like
yeah,
a
she's just
switch
waiting.
flipped. Yeah, she was waiting. She was. And as soon as we got married, she's like, all right, he's daddy now. It's funny.
And I decided to call that because that's mommy. So then if that's mommy, that should be daddy.
Thank you.
It makes sense to
And
me.
remember the quote on his shirt? Rad Dad. That is who he is. That is who he's gonna be.
Our friend Lisa came up with that, and then there happened to be a shirt that said it.
Rad Dad.
Oh, here's a good one for you, Anna. This one is from Michelle Chartier Vargo. Sorry if I'm butchering your name.
Can I read it?
I'm going to read it to you. So it's from Michelle Vargo. Michelle, it looks like she just posted it. So obviously you're on. Go ahead and shoot us your information in an email. She says, "Hi, Anna. I know you love your dad with all your heart. I wondered if you felt it difficult at first to share your mom since it was just the two of you for so long."
To share my mommy with Aaron?
Yeah. So when he first came into the family, when he first started living with us, did you find it difficult in any way with having another person?
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, I didn't like when I've connected with him for some time. We've been on video chat, so it's not like I just met him when he came came with us, like when we first met him in person. So it's not like very, very hard. It's like I've been connecting with him for some time on the video chats too. So it didn't feel that hard.
That makes sense. But even having him in the house and in the space and having him tell you what to do and take on a father role, it wasn't hard for you at all?
Mm-hmm.
No. Sorry, guys. Had to block a spammer. Okay, let's see.
Diane says, "Do smart connected."
So smart, I think.
I'm going to answer this one from Denise Brewer. Thank you for your question, Denise. Go ahead and shoot us an email so we can get you a bracelet. Denise Brewer says, "Nana, how do you remain so patient with the same questions over and over, and those that seem to be playing at being a super sleuth, trying to get personal information from you?" We, as you can see, we kind of chuckle about this behind the scenes, both Aaron and I and the moderators, because there definitely is a subset of people who ask questions that I don't know if they think they're being sneaky or not, but you can tell, even if their question doesn't outwardly involve their intention, you can tell what they're trying to get at. You can tell if they're trying to just stir up trouble. You can tell if they're trying to, like you said, be a detective and
Be a gumshoe.
dig up some dirt or something. I don't know what people, they always want to figure out everything. But a lot of questions, if they're acceptable questions or what I feel are not too personal in nature, reasonable questions for people to be asking on the page, then I totally understand questions getting asked over and over and over and over again, because we've grown from 1,000, 1,500 followers to 5,000 followers to 10,000 followers to 200,000 followers to now almost 500,000 followers. There's new people on the page all the time. And so, the typical questions like, how old is Anna? What condition does she have? Who is Aaron? Are you mommy or Nana? Like all those kinds of things. I understand that they're going to be asked repeatedly
Forever.
over and over again until the end of time. totally get it. And that's why we created our website, amcprincessanna.com. Go to the website. What I do expect of people who are new is to not try and reinvent the wheel. Like if you're new here and you're on an established page like ours that has, over 200,000 followers, then you should expect that most of your elementary level questions have been answered already in some form or another. So whether you just look through the comments to find your answers, or you watch many videos to find your answers, or you go over to our website and look at the FAQ page, which is probably the quickest and easiest way, there is an expectation of people that they will do their research. If you want to be a detective, do it by digging up the information and watching the content and reading, and you'll find all of your answers, because we're pretty open and transparent about things, honestly. And at some point or another, I've likely talked about whatever your question is. There are very few things I will not talk about. And I have made those things pretty clear over time. Anastasia, do you need to get down?
Yeah. No, I want to say something to one comment that was there already. Somebody asked, what are my favorite things about my mommy? I would recommend going to go replay the live after we're done, and you can go see what I like about mommy, because that was like the very first question that we did. So I recommend going to replay the live.
Yeah, she answered that question in the first 10 minutes of the live. Okay, go ahead. You don't have to be cooped up here listening to me yammer.
Since it probably is.
Yeah, we're almost done. We got about 10 minutes left.
I mean, you can ask me questions and I'll come over here and answer them.
Okay, if I find another good one for you, I'll let you know.
Okay. You can just I'll be in my room. So
okay.
Call me.
But yeah, the main things that we don't talk about, we're not going to show you guys our bank account and tell you what our income is, but we have been very transparent about where our income comes from. And it's the same place that every other content creator and social media influencer's income comes from. So there's no magic here. We're not living off of donations, nothing like that. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go over to our other page, which is more about, the adults talking about adult level stuff. And you can watch a video that we put together over there that talks all about it. So that's the Princess Anna's A-Team page. Sorry, we just got blurry. We just said we're transparent, and then it makes us blurry. And then other things that we don't talk about religion, because that's a personal, private thing as far as I'm concerned. And, it's not our job to tell you about ours or what you should do. And it's not your job to tell us about yours or what we should do. Same thing with politics. And I also don't talk about people who are not a part of our page. It's not my place to talk about people behind their back or share other people's personal information. And that includes Anastasia's biological parents. So those things are off limits. Otherwise, we're open to anything. But yeah, so repeat questions, like I said, I expect them to a point. It's the questions that cross the line that bother me. How do I stay patient? I just try to remember that we are public figures and we have a lot of people watching us. And, while I may be a little crabby about it off camera, I try not to, we try to keep this a positive place for everybody. And that responsibility is on us as well to stay positive. So I do my best to stay positive. And we block people if they cross the line and they don't seem to, care that they're crossing the line, then they get blocked off the page, because, we get rid of scammers, we get rid of spammers, and we get rid of negativity. And that's the way it is. It's our page, and we have a right to decide what type of environment it is, not only for us, not only for my child, but for you guys as well. So hopefully it is a positive environment for everyone who sticks around with us and follows our story. Let's see. What else can we find? Oh, maybe we should do another drawing.
Yeah, I want to press it this time.
You want to press it this time? All right. Okay, let's share our screen. You guys ready for another drawing? If you're on, no, Aaron's doing it this time. You heard him. If you're on and you would like to possibly get a bracelet this time around and you haven't commented yet, make a comment right now before we start this, because that's how it determines if you're in that running or not. All right, share screen. Select the tab. This is cool. I like this little. So we have over 1,200 entries now. Let's give it a second to, maybe we'll get to 1,250, 1,232, 1,238. See, those are all new comments because
cool.
it doesn't count them twice. Oh, 1,248.
Oh, okay.
1,260. Here we go.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
And the winner is
Janelle Andrea
Cleek.
Selick. Sorry, Janelle. Janelle, congratulations. Shoot us an email so we can get you a bracelet. All right, I'm going to stop sharing. I think we'll do one more round of questions for all three of us, and then we'll do one more drawing, and then we'll say goodnight.
Cool.
All right. You can chat with them while I find something.
All right. Everybody's congratulating Janelle. Congratulations, Janelle. How do you win a bracelet? You do what you just did. You just make at least one comment on this live here, and then we will go to the giveaway tool, and it will just randomly select somebody who has left at least one comment. Simple as that.
Oh, I like this one. Hey, Anna, I've got a good one for you.
Hold on.
Okay.
I'm going to record it, so I'm recording in progress. Like meetings always.
All right. Bring Anna in for her last question.
My last question, then I can go play after that.
Yep.
Okay.
What is it?
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. You got to think about your answer for this one.
Okay.
This is from Deb McGee. Deb McGee. So if you're on, Deb, shoot us an email so we can get you a bracelet. Deb McGee says, Anna, do you ever sit back and reflect on how far you have come in your abilities to walk and get around? I know I am amazed and thrilled with you since I started following and watching old videos. You are truly an inspiration. So do you ever sit and think about how far you've come and how much you've done and how amazing that is?
I mean, it's very crazy. It's like I've been here at first. I started here, and now I'm all the way over here. It's like I've overcome a long way from here to here.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
try not to bump the table.
It's been about like 2, 3, 4 years. And
6 years.
Yeah.
6 years of hard work.
Yeah, 6 years of all this really hard work. It's really just amazing.
You couldn't even walk until you were over 3 years old, right? And you couldn't even lift your left arm until you were 6 months old. What do you think about all that?
Now
What do you
I have
think?
a surgery as the elbow release, and I can bend and straighten my legs now.
What do you think about all of the treatments and surgeries and therapy and serial casting and braces and time and energy and tears and sweat and hard work? What do you think about all of that?
Wow. I can't believe how much I've come through.
You proud of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
You should be very proud of yourself. You're a very hard worker.
Also, for me, Maria said, I'm late. Sorry. I would recommend going to replay the live. If you're late, I would recommend going to replay the live after we're finished. I mean, you don't have to replay it fully through, because if you're just getting to see it at the end, that's okay. But then you can replay it all the way until you miss.
Yeah, this is a good live, so I would definitely recommend anyone who came in late to go do a replay and see what you missed. We have good questions this live. All right, you ready? I think Aaron and I are going to answer one more, and then you can come say goodnight, okay?
Okay.
All right, stay available. Don't get wrapped up in some serious business.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Oh, let's see.
I mean, I will kind of get wrapped up like halfway. Serious business, and then I'll come over and just say goodnight, and I'll wrap up fully. So I can...
Alice says, I like this form. You should do it again. Maybe we will.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do this every once in a while. It's fun.
I'm recording you.
BJ says, I love your answers. Thank you.
I'm recording you guys
Okay.
Cool.
with my little camera, the little pink one.
Sherry says, Anna is so smart. Kathy says, can you clone her?
Here's one I'll answer. It's from Carrie Mitchell. So Carrie, if you're still on watching, because that was an hour ago, shoot us an email so we can get you a bracelet. She says, question for Nana. I watch Anna's story for personal inspiration daily. I understand you need to keep her protected and as healthy as possible, and respect your decision to homeschool even if COVID didn't exist. I wonder when and how Anna gets to interact with other children, though. You are so great with playing with her and encouraging her creativity, but do you ever worry about her socialization? This is a very common question. This is also one that is answered in the FAQs on the website. But I'll answer it again because it's one of those that gets asked all the time, and it doesn't hurt to have an answer in another place. So this is true that I would be homeschooling Anna regardless of COVID. My decision to homeschool her, it was something I wanted to do long before the virus ever hit. I didn't have a choice when I was a single parent to work outside the home because I didn't have a way to work inside the home at the time, and I had to pay the bills. So I had to go to work every day and I had to send her to school every day. She went to Montessori preschool from the time she was 2.5 until she was 4. So she did a year and a half of Montessori preschool. She did a little bit like a summer of daycare before that, but the Montessori preschool was the big socialization time for her. Seeing as how Anna has always been cognitively twice her age, when she started Montessori preschool at 2.5, she was more like a kindergartner and had kindergarten knowledge and behaved more like a kindergartner. And when she ended Montessori preschool at age 4, she would have been more cognitively like an 8-year-old. Her Montessori preschool had children ranging in age from 2.5 to 5. So she had exposure to a lot of different age ranges. And as you know, if you're familiar with the Montessori program, it's a wonderful program that allows kids more flexibility to kind of learn a lot of life skills and learn a lot of socialization skills, and also do a lot of things in their own space and time, and learn what they're most interested in. It's kind of self-guided in some ways, but it also has group activity and group exposure and everything. So as far as, are you concerned about Anna's socialization? Absolutely not, because the vast majority of children's socialization actually happens developmentally before age 3. It's just that in our society, we don't put kids with other kids in a classroom environment until usually preschool or kindergarten. So they kind of get into that late. But as far as picking up those internal representations and learning socialization techniques, they do a lot of that before they ever go to school. So that's the time when they need to be exposed to other kids and other things. And she was. And on top of that, to be cognitively advanced, then she picked up a lot more from that experience than other kids her age would have. So I have zero concerns about Anna's socialization. She is very well socialized. She can get along with kids of all ages. She can interact with people of all ages, all the way from babies to adults. She has never had an issue with that. As far as her getting time with other kids, she gets time right now with other kids virtually. Because of the virus, I am not comfortable with her socializing in person with people, not yet. She is fully vaccinated, but there's still this variant going around that's extremely contagious, and it's still kind of running rampant. And I she Anna cannot expel mucus from her lungs the way that most of us can. She gets sick even with like a cold, she gets all gummed up in her chest and she can't get it out. So I mean, she has to have like a suction machine or like a shaker vest to shake it out of her. And, you know, she was very sick the fall before the pandemic hit, which I wonder sometimes because of how extremely sick she was if it was like an early bout of the virus. But she was very sick, and I had to take her to the hospital a couple of times. And it was very scary seeing your child not be able to breathe, not be able to breathe because they're choking on their own mucus. Very, very scary. So, no, I'm not willing to take any chances. I'm not willing to let her play in person with other children who have been exposed to other children who have been exposed to their other family members who could, without even knowing it, since kids tend to not be so sick, carry it in and give it to her. And then we end up in the hospital because, she can't breathe. So that's, my choice, my child. That's how I choose to handle it. That's how we're going to continue to handle it until I feel comfortable letting her socialize in person again. And until then, she continues to socialize online. She has her chess classes, she has her school classes, she has friends that she just gets on Zoom to chat with. Like that's, how she hangs out with other kids. But she never asks to hang out with other kids either. And she never has. She's never been super like, oh my gosh, I need my friends to go play with. She's just not that kind of person. Some people aren't. And Anna has always been a very individual person. She likes to play by herself. She uses her imagination. She likes to make up scenarios. She likes people to play with her. Like she likes people to be there to do what she wants them to do, to play in her scenario that she's made up. But she's never really been the type of kid that like needs, to work with other kids or to have other kids there to do what she's doing. So the fact that Anna herself is completely thank you. The fact that Anna herself is completely, unfazed by being by herself. She's very comfortable with it. She always has been. In fact, she tends to get annoyed around other kids if they're like her same age and they're not on like the same cognitive level, because she just can't communicate with them well. Think about it. It's like a 6 year. It's like telling a 6-year-old to go play with a 2-year-old. That's not going to last very long. Like if they can't communicate and think about things and have discussion on the same level, talk about the same things, you tend to gravitate when you socialize as an adult towards people who can understand what you're talking about, right? Towards people who are into the same things, towards people who can communicate on the same level that you communicate. It's the same thing for kids. So I don't push her into uncomfortable situations. There's no reason for it. And yeah, that's pretty much what Anna's childhood is like right now. And she's content and we're content, and that's all that matters because she's my kid and it's our life and it doesn't affect anyone else. So, you guys, I understand like questions about it if you're interested. You want to know what her life is like, but if you're asking because you want to impart your own personal beliefs on our family as to what she should be doing according to you, just move on, forget it. It doesn't, we're not going to take that advice because it doesn't, it's not, you're not us. You don't live in our household, you don't live in our environment, you don't live in our family, you don't understand our situation. We do what's best for us, you do what's best for you. So that's what I have to say about that. Okay, one more for Aaron.
That feels so anticlimactic ending on me.
Let's see. I'll find a good one. You can chat with them in the meantime.
All right. Mary Kay says, we all need to be safe. Indeed. Jessica says, you do so well explaining things. You do.
I try. I mean, I feel like I'm repeating myself sometimes, but.
Let's see. I see a few people have been asking me throughout the live how I'm doing. Um, I'm definitely not 100%, but I'm getting better bit by bit every day. It definitely doesn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as yesterday, and yesterday wasn't as bad as the day before. Um, I still definitely have issues with just trying to remind myself to breathe deeply and coughing so I don't get pneumonia like you're all warning me about. So that's still a little tough because it hurts when I cough or I sneeze or I laugh.
I just realized something. I wonder if some people ask if you're Hawaiian because they have caught at some point or another us talking about your dad living in Hawaii.
Perhaps, I don't
Yeah, there
know,
might be
could
just
be.
like a confusion, a
My dad
miscon.
retired to Hawaii. My dad, and my stepmom, they retired there. They've been going there every year, sometimes multiple times, so they've always loved it. And they decided when they retired, let's just stay there. But I am not from Hawaii. My family's not from Hawaii. We're mainlanders. Although when I go there, people do mistake me for being a local as long as I don't open my mouth.
And sound like a California
Right.
boy.
And that was the same when I visited Japan. People thought I was from there until I opened my mouth and they were like, ah, what's wrong with you?
All right, I found one for you.
Okay. Uh oh.
Oh, you know what? I think it's from a person though that already asked a question. So let me
Oh.
look again because I want to find someone who didn't get a bracelet already.
Aaron, Leona says, squeeze a pillow when you cough or do. I do. And it definitely helps, but it still hurts. It's just not as bad.
Oh, here's a cute one. Okay.
Huh.
Um, and you can definitely reference the other video on this one. But okay, so this is from Marla Elias. I think it's Elias. It could be Elias, but Marla
Elias.
Elias. Marla, send us an email so we can send you a bracelet. Thank you for the question. She says, Aaron, how did you come across Anna and Nana's lives? And did you ever imagine you would fall in love and marry this incredible and caring woman and become the man of her dreams?
So the very first time I saw them was the video where Nana was scared to open up the croissant roll can, so she had Anna do it for her. So I thought that was really funny. So I liked that. Then I think the other one I saw was the shallow duet that they sang together. I thought that was cute. And then the very first time I actually uh, communicated with Nana was I just happened to be home for just some like I usually wouldn't have been home on a Sunday afternoon. I'd usually be working, but I came home early because there just wasn't a lot of dogs where I was working at, so they sent me home, or they asked somebody to volunteer, so I said I'll just go home. But they were having a live when they were up north when they were in a canoe, and then people were like getting on Nana's case for not having a life vest on Anna, but because it was so shallow, if Anna had fallen over, she would have just gotten stuck in the sand and probably would have drowned. So she didn't have that on her. So I reached out to her. I just said, hey, sorry that people were giving you a hard time. I think I was one of the people that was trying to defend her because I just felt it was just kind of getting out of hand. But so that was the first time that we talked, and then we just continued on from there.
Mhm.
But yeah, there was never initially there wasn't it was just a friendship, and it just grew over time. It wasn't like a romantic thing from the beginning. She didn't know who the heck I was, so yeah.
No, and when he messaged me before I even responded to him, I went and stalked his Facebook profile, like to see if he looked like some kind of weirdo or creeper. I wasn't going to answer him if I got a weird vibe from him or anything. I mean, he was being really supportive and nice, and so it was a cordial, response like, thank you so much for, caring and reaching out and providing support. And yeah, it was, a pretty tough live, and I don't know why people have to be like that. And it was like a, not like a super long conversation. And then I don't think we talked again for like 3 weeks until I posted something about Anna doing voiceover because she had started taking voiceover lessons, and he reached back out and said that he knew someone who was in voiceover work, and thought maybe he could like share her information or something, and try and help us out in that regard. I think that's when we actually started chatting about, because we were talking about Anna doing voiceover. And so we talked for a little while that night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started talking every single day. Every single day. We talked every single day for a year and a half about a year and a half, right before we met.
Yep.
And every single day for like 7 months before I introduced him to Anna. But we were talking first just by text, by messaging back and forth every day for like an hour or two at a time. And then I started doing like voice chats. You know how in Messenger you can push the microphone and like leave a voice recording? I started doing that. And then we got on video chat. We were video chatting every night for like hours at a time. And then I introduced him to Anna, and they started video chatting. And then we started doing virtual movie nights every Friday until he started his grooming class. So, yeah, it just kind of evolved over time. So the part of her question where she says, "Did you ever imagine you would fall in love and marry this person?"
Not at the beginning point, no. No.
Yeah. And I didn't imagine it would
Grow into.
I wasn't looking for anyone. Certainly not.
Neither was I.
Certainly not a boy.
Ew.
Ew. I wasn't looking. I wasn't looking to. I mean, I had been alone for a decade. Like adding someone to the mix, that's hard. I mean, it's still been hard. Even though I love him, it's still hard. Like, I've been by myself for a whole decade, doing my thing and getting stuff done, and I've got my ways and my methods and my processes and my things and my stuff and everything in its place. You know what I mean? Like, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
All right. When did you really fall in love with her? Donna, I think we realized in January of the following year that I don't think we realized we were in love, but I think we realized that there were feelings and that it was becoming more than just a friendship. And then that continued through the beginning part of that year. And I don't think we realized until we met in person. Well, I think I knew I loved him before we met in person, like a little bit before, but I didn't want to say it online because it's just so like, ew. Why, like I didn't want to say it online. I didn't want it to be, I'm like, if I'm gonna tell someone after all these years that I love them, it's gonna be face to face. And we didn't know when we were gonna meet face to face. Because of the pandemic, nobody was traveling. We weren't going to travel. We weren't going to risk, Anna's health just to meet each other. Like, it wasn't until the opportunity came about that we had to go to Florida, and I didn't want to drive all that way alone with her. And that's how it came up for us to get together, because he was like, yeah, I'll come help you get down there. So he came out in July of last year, a week before we left for Florida. And I think that's when
we knew.
Yeah, I think when
there was chemistry.
When I picked him up from the airport, we left. Anna and I had our masks and our visor on in the car, and he had his mask and visor on from traveling, and we kept it all on because until he got home and back to our place and stripped and decontaminated and changed and everything, it wasn't safe. But I really wanted to grab his hand in the car and hold his hand, but I didn't. I was nervous, and so I waited. And he didn't either. and then we got back here, and he got changed and cleaned up, took a shower and everything, and then we ate and we talked for a little bit. He was like, man, everything's so much bigger in person. He's like, Anna looks smaller. He said, everything looks so much smaller in person. Anna looks so much smaller in person. And so then when we like sat down on the couch after we ate and kind of like had some time to spend together, and you like get to that point where you're like, okay, the nervousness is kind of going away. And we sat down on the couch and he grabbed my hand. And then I was like, I kind of like the way that feels. So, all right. There's a whole video about all of that over on our other page if you're interested in hearing more from Aaron about how we met. He made a video about it. It's posted over there on the Princess Anna's A-Team page. And we're gonna go. It's getting late. We've been on. Oh, let's do one more drawing,
yeah.
and then we'll go.
Can I click it this time?
You want to click it this time? Yeah, come click it, and then and then we can all say goodnight. Careful. Come here. That belongs in your bedroom, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. All righty. Let's share our screen one last time. You guys ready? Make sure you got your comments in. Here's our last winner. We have over 1,500 entries this time.
Wow.
I'll click it.
Okay, go ahead. Click it.
3, 2.
Ah!
I have to
3, 2, ah!
I have to use my pointer. It's okay.
Okay, go.
3, 2, 1.
Go! Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
And the winner is
Diane Rose Holt, right?
Yep.
Diane, congratulations, Diane. Send us an email. We can get you a bracelet. Nice. All right, that's the last one for tonight.
Congrats to everyone.
Thank you guys for all of your questions. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions, even if we didn't answer them. Thank you to everyone who submitted questions that we answered. And please make sure that you send us an email so we can get you your bracelet. Everyone who won through a random drawing while we were live, make sure to send us an email. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
We've been on for an hour and a half.
Hour and 16 minutes.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, how can we buy one? Yeah, of course. If you want to buy a bracelet, hold on, I'm gonna say goodnight. If you want to purchase a bracelet or a T-shirt or a mug or an apron or any of our merch, go to our website amcprincessanna.com and click on the shop button in the menu. It'll take you to our store. You can check out all the different things of merchandise. There's even stickers. If you only want to spend $5, you can get a sticker.
Aprons. Canvas bags,
backpacks. Yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff. So go check it out if you're interested. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. Have a good night.
Ready? Good night. Good night. Good night, everybody.
Do.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.